Hi, Avish.
Hello,
Morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. So good to start to
Yeah.
continue where we left. Okay, sure. I hope you had some exams. What was that in the middle? You said
Oh, I had a game.
good.
My exam's over like last week.
Okay. So how
I
was
have
it?
summer vacations.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
enjoyed the time off break.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Great. So we'll get started.
Yeah.
What we discussed last week, last class, right? You remember
Yeah.
that we spoken about HTML, what exactly we have, a website, right?
Yeah.
Any information that we publish over a web. And typically we
Yeah.
need a client and server. So the client basically has the wants and information, server has the information,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we use a tool or agent that's nothing like the browser. And it speaks
Yeah.
HTML as a language, HTTP as a protocol. And we have seen some of the websites as well, right? Couple of websites,
Yeah.
www World Wide Web, and
Yeah.
we have seen HTML as a language, similar to
Yeah.
English as what we use for spoken language. And we have seen like how English has got grammar. HTML has
Yeah.
a file type that has got different semantics, right? And
Yeah.
we have seen a couple of situations as well, right? Like why do we need a website or publishing that? If it is one-to-one, we can do that directly. If in my mission, during the session, we can share, or rather when I shut down my mission, I still want that information to be available. I host it in a website, web
Yeah.
server, HTTP
Yeah.
over server, where it can always be available. Doesn't, but there's a server should be up and running, not my desktop or laptop. A server will have potential complete backup of power, and it will be continuously running so that anybody from the world wants to access the data, they will be able to, right?
Okay.
So we
Yeah.
have seen an example, school or college, they want to publish the results as well, we have seen.
Yeah.
So they don't want to send it one at a time, they can publish it so everybody can access that, right? And
Yeah.
HTML as an attempt, we have also seen a website, if you could remember, right?
Yeah.
Score
Yeah. Yeah.
just by publishing the normal text, and we have kind of did some
Yeah.
formatting, right, to make it look
Yeah.
better. That is what the HTML helps you, hypertext markup language helps you to beautify the text.
Yeah.
You while displaying, you could add semantics, right?
Mm.
Bold, italics, underline. So that is
Yeah.
what we just stopped on the other, right? The
Yeah.
output, what is that HTML when you select a document? This is where we had HTML head, body. These are all like more like English grammar. English
Yeah.
sentence when you make, you have a grammar, right? Like you have first person, second person, third person sentence. It ends with a semicolon, full stop, comma,
Yeah.
paragraph, like that. We have seen that. And we do have header elements. Okay, let's speak a bit more about it today, right?
Okay.
So what I would put it here, let's add HTML template, I would say that, right? So
Mhm.
what I'm gonna have, bare minimal, we know this is what it makes HTML. We have
Yeah.
also seen on the other day, it need not be necessarily appended with HTML, but this is
Mhm.
where you identify the browser that this document, this file contains HTML text. So when you
Yeah.
find anything related to bold, italics, etc., the tags, the browser
Mhm.
will modify that
Okay.
display in a bold, italics, etc. Right? Do we have bold italics? So like this pre-tags we have seen, bold,
Yeah.
that will be honored when you have two things we have already discussed. One is a file name, dot, that's a
Mhm.
file type, not name, sorry, file type extension, dot
Yeah.
HTML, and the semantics between HTML elements. That's what you have seen on the other
Yeah.
intro, head, body, and this is what is HTML template, bare minimal, what you want to show, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So this is where we stop. So we're gonna take a
Mm.
little detailed look of how the template may look like. This is a bare bone structure we know, right?
Yeah.
What we have here, head, then body.
Body. Then paragraph.
And everything, it is called an element, one pair of elements, starting and ending. Every element
Yeah.
will have an angular bracket, and this has
Yeah.
got a predefined meaning. You can't change it.
Mm.
When you say head, head indicates is a reserved word. If you go to a restaurant, you might have seen a board called reserved, right? Table.
Yeah.
What does that mean? When you see a reserved board, what does it mean?
Someone already booked it.
Booked it. So you are
Yeah.
not supposed to use it for your purpose, correct?
Yeah.
Likewise, these words are called special words or reserved words, or we can say keywords. Meaning they have a special meaning, predefined meaning, correct?
Yeah.
Yes or no? In
Yeah.
general,
Yeah.
India, anywhere you go, the word namaste, people use it for what?
Greetings.
That's a reserved word.
Yeah.
You cannot say, hello, my name is Namaste. Generally, we don't keep that as a name for a person, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, somebody wants to, just for the sake of it, right?
Yeah.
Likewise, these are all the reserved words we have seen, correct? So inside the head, what we have seen on the other day? A title.
Titles.
The title takes title of the document. Where does it
Document.
reflect? If you could remember, on the browser. I will go back here.
Mhm.
I keep this in the next tab. I refresh it. HTML template, right? You
Yeah.
see title of the document.
Yeah.
If I don't have this,
There is nothing.
it shows only the name of the file.
Okay.
It just shows the name of the file.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
So this defines the title of the document. So let's assume we add this HTML template. If you define a title, so where does it reflect? In the header
On the
portion,
yeah.
browser, right? When you navigate the tab, you see that this is where that is being displayed. You give a meaningful text so that if there are
Yeah.
multiple tabs, you would understand what that tab means. Clear?
Yeah.
This is where the title of the document comes whenever you want to have it. Assuming you don't have it, right? If you
Yeah.
don't have, so you don't have anything. In that case, what does it look like? It shows a
It's the
file,
name of the
name of the
file.
file, because it doesn't
Yeah.
have any meaningful title. Yes,
Yeah.
you don't have, you just have a head, but what you don't have?
Title.
Correct. So what does it reflect? If you look at it, it just says the name of the file, HTML file. It doesn't
Yeah.
give you that content, what you want to make it meaningful. Make sense?
Yeah.
What does it show? It just says title location. On the top left, it shows the name of the file. Where is the name of the file? Is what it is.
On the
Whatever we look for. Make sense? Now, let's look at one more thing. Should I have to always delete this? How do
or
I don't want that to be processed by HTML, the browser. I do not want
okay.
something to be processed. So that is what we're gonna see today. HTML intro. Comments. What is a comment? A comment is
comment.
a line in the HTML file which we do not want the browser to display. We want to hide it, basically. We don't
Yeah.
want to process it, right?
Okay.
How does
Yeah.
a comment start? A comment is enclosed between a pair of, and what is that?
This.
This angle bracket, exclamation, double hyphen. And
Okay. And
okay, got it. We need to escape this. Because you treat this as this.
mhm.
Unpaused, what do we say? Paused get the beta. And this is okay, that's fine. We would say this. See, now itself you see, right? This is treated as a comment. Anything that
Yeah.
starts from this is treated as a comment. You understood?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm actually treating this as unenclosed, and this is what it is. So how do we do that? HTML,
HTML.
same. This is a valid text having this section in bold. You understand that, right?
Mhm.
This line will not be displayed in the browser. Got it? Let's
Yeah.
do this. Let's put that here. This is our intro, right? In quick info. Let me add a comment here. I'll just add this, right? Maybe this is body, right? Okay.
Mhm.
Let me just add a comment. Understood?
Yeah.
So I go to the quick info file. I refresh this. Do you see the content
No.
after the man of the match?
No.
There is a line. How do you see that? View page shows you go. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Comment in the file. It doesn't get.
Mhm.
Make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
If you see, this is the comment, and in the source code, we don't get to see. Only man of the match get displayed. All right.
Mm.
Any portion of the file which you don't want to be displayed.
Mhm.
So this is what it is, the comment. It is not getting displayed. Can it go with only one line? Not necessarily,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Wait, what's the point of writing a comment when it doesn't
Very
display?
good question. I'll come to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a long set of lines that go beyond one line or statement, and everything that gets enclosed or surrounded with the and are probably I think it is not supposed to be right. Or prevented from being from display. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Make sense?
Yeah.
Just a minute. So call record. Call record I video training. Just sound over. Trying my best. So you see here this comment again. I refresh it, I don't see anything. But
Yeah.
come here, you see that?
Yeah.
Can go across multiple lines as well. That's the best bet, right?
Mhm.
Anything if you surround it here, correct?
Yeah.
Beginning and ending. In between, whatever amount of information that you give, that gets actually commented out. This is starting, this is the end, right? This is a
Yeah.
complete statement, set of information that you have it does not get displayed. The question that you asked, why do you want to have something which we don't want to display? That's a very
Yeah.
good why.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just want to have something for our own understanding, but not for the user. Until otherwise somebody is smart who can do the view. What do they do? This is something called a view source. How do you get to the view source? Come here. Any HTML file, right click view page source. What do you do?
Right
Any
click view
HTML
page.
file, right click view page source. So that will give you, open a new tab, right?
Yeah.
To open a new tab, you need to make a right click.
Mm.
Right click to get this menu. All right.
Mhm.
Then you get this view page source, you go, that is where you see. But most often people may not really do that. It's just what they
Yeah.
focus on this content. It is something
Yeah.
for your own information. Let's say, for example, why should we do? That's a good question. Maybe we can add an author, date in which it is, something like that. If you want to have something for your own purpose, but not want to be displayed, right?
Yeah.
Now, why it doesn't? Maybe this is being commented. I don't know. Why we need a comment? For any information, we want to keep it only for our reference and not for the users, right? For example, you can add the author and the date, right? Of
Yeah.
document, which the users may not be interested in seeing it, but we want. We means what?
Ours.
The developer or the programmer.
Yeah.
This web developer, right?
Yeah.
We want to understand when this file was created. Let's, for example, right? So, likewise, you come here. How do you comment it here? Got it? This is
Yeah.
as good as I don't keep that at all. Correct?
Yeah.
Go back. HTML template. It's as good as that. Correct?
Yeah.
I go view page shows. There is something present, but does it add anything to that?
No.
No. So that's where the purpose comes. You do this, it comes. Now, if you need to refresh, that's one thing. Any change you
Yeah.
make to the source in the browser, you need to refresh so that it will
Okay.
reload the file as what the changes you made recently, then that will be effective.
Okay.
Make sense? That is
Yeah.
something the web, any changes that you perform, you need to make the changes to get effective. For the changes to take effect, you need to reload it. Either you do this or F5 is a key to press it to reload the content.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have a couple more sections in HTML has different versions. HTML 1, 2, 3, 5. You can look at HTML versions, right? 1991, first version was introduced, right? Good interesting theory you should Look at it. HTML versions, right? 93 1.2, right? 95 2.2, 97 3.2, 99 was the 4.2. That was a very
Okay.
long time we had HTML.
Mhm.
People, since 1999 till what time?
2014.
It's pretty long, almost 15 years, right? And
Yeah,
this is the
yeah.
latest. The 15 HTML5 is the latest. And that has got semantics, right? That's the
Mhm.
latest one here. So in HTML5, what you can do? Semantics. So you have, okay, this is the best example I can give, semantic HTML. Okay, here is what we do. Non-semantic and semantic. So earlier days, if you want to mention anything as a container, look at it. More of the HTML complete thing is as a tree structure. That is where it
Yeah.
refers a tree structure, right? We used to earlier days as a div. Div is a division, one division of a page,
Yeah.
right? Div is an element. Can you relate that div with any other tag? We have seen a couple of tags now.
Yeah.
So far. What
Yeah.
are
We can header. We can,
head, HTML, body, like that div is a container. Okay, I'll tell you that. Div, what you can make, let's say div. Got it? I just do it that way, right? So
Yeah.
if I come back here you get the same, doesn't matter. Here, do you see anything? No difference.
Yeah.
But
Right.
when
Yeah.
you use inspect tag, right?
Mhm.
You do this, just pay attention. See, if I place this, what happens? Do you see that
Thing gets hard. Yeah.
it gives that on the view source? I'm selecting this, it highlights this, correct?
Yeah.
Assuming I don't have a div, what do? I can comment it now, correct?
Yeah.
This is how I comment it. As good as I don't have a div. Yes or no?
Mhm.
Now what do I have? Where do you see the selection?
Mm.
It just
On the
text alone got selected.
yeah.
You understand? Now the div is commented
Oh,
up.
yeah.
It is just selecting that text. That's all.
Yeah.
2488.55 cross 55. That's all. Why? Because the div is now
It's commented.
on the elements tab. Right answer. Make sense?
Yeah.
So whereas here, what happened? What do you observe?
The whole thing gets highlighted and gets selected.
What is it, the whole thing? What is the width?
The div gets selected.
Entire line gets selected because it is wrapped around a div element. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And the complete line, it's a container. Basically, div is what? Div is what? A container.
The content.
It also stands for a division, right?
Yeah.
So what does the div do?
It's a,
A division of a page. What is a page? A web page, right?
web page. Yeah.
A container acts as, you understand the container, right?
Yeah.
Group. It's like a group element. It can have multiple elements inside it. That is what a div is all about. Make sense?
Yeah.
This is how we used to represent the semantics. We can also take a look. This is how we used to represent the semantics earlier. Div, span, everything as a div. We used to order
Yeah.
HTML elements in the previous non-HTML5 versions. But from HTML5, we have a couple more. Semantic means grammatical, meaning have a predefined meaning, right? Structural.
Yeah.
Semantic means structural. So what do you see? Just pay attention here. What basically we do with the HTML? HTML is a page, a web page, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
More like a Word document, I've told you. So we
Yeah.
have multiple elements, multiple type. In a Word document, what do we have? Generally, we say table of contents, header, footer,
Yeah.
all the
Header, title,
paragraph.
paragraph.
See all
Yeah.
of them here. What do you have here?
Here you have header.
You see that, right?
Yeah.
You see header, see footer,
Footer.
you see name, main, aside,
Yeah.
what should come in the
Yeah.
aside, main, article, figure, all that you can do it. Section, these are all new elements added in HTML5. They have a predefined meaning, correct? So you
Yeah.
could define that. So what you could do, instead of me doing this div, right? I can add a header. See, a page header, right? Likewise, what I
Mhm.
can have? I can have a,
Footer. Footer.
where does the footer comes?
In the bottom.
You get that, correct?
Yeah.
Page. In the middle, whatever you want to have. Maybe you can have a navigation. What is navigation for? Any menu like. You must have seen the menu structure, right? Horizontal.
Yeah.
In eNado as well, we have seen on the other day. Left side or
Mhm.
horizontal top, there is a menu. When you
Yeah.
want also to have multiple group of information to be viewed in the same page, you give them a tree-like structure. That's called a menu. And ordered items. The items are ordered in one particular way, right? Either,
Mhm.
let's say, for example, HTML menu bar, menu template. Take a look at this. This is how it is, right? You get to see
Yeah.
home, about, category. You
Yeah.
remember that, right? This is horizontal
Yeah.
menu. This is vertical menu. You want to display something. Orderly fashion, you want to display, correct? So that is
Yeah.
any navigation for the menu related item. If you want to have it, you better put it on items, right? Now let's
Mhm.
go back. See header, name, all that comes here, navigation. Do you see any difference? Because we don't style it, but they
Yeah.
all have a semantic. This is header, this is navigation, this is footer. We can
Yeah.
style it accordingly, but this is what the HTML browser understand that anything and everything comes between that is a header. This is a footer, and this is navigation. Just
Yeah.
by the looking at the content alone, it doesn't make any sense. But we are categorizing the document in different sections, divisions. That is what it has got a semantics meaning, semantical meaning of it. Figure. In Word
Yeah.
document, you used to write table images, correct? Image,
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
Remember, right? In a book also we have picture 1.1, picture, or what do you say?
Yeah.
In textbooks, we have table and we have
Exercises.
image or diagram, or what do they say in textbooks? Image,
Exercises.
picture,
I know.
for any diagram, any picture. Table is a table.
Yeah.
Textbooks, they mention that, right? Image
Yeah.
or picture, they say, right? Likewise, if you
Yeah.
want to add a figure, article, main, this is how you structure a content in a HTML web page. Header, footer, you give it. We will see next how can we actually add colorings to them. So for any questions,
No.
let's take a look at this example. This is another best example. See here. Best example. Header. See, I told you, navigation. Where is the navigation comes?
Below the header, like, yeah.
Menu,
Top.
correct?
Yeah.
Top,
Well,
that's how you styling. You style it.
yeah.
Navigation is for menu, header is for the top, footer is for the
Yeah.
bottom. Correct?
Yeah.
This aside is something what you want to display in the sideboard. Aside. You keep it aside.
Okay.
We say, right?
Yeah.
and article. What you want, every article you can write it in a page. Generally, a blog post you want to write, this is how you do it. See here, the aside is on the right side. That's how
Yeah.
to style it. You want to keep it in the left, you want to keep it in the right. Doesn't matter. Right?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
another example. This is another example. Inside navigation, you don't want an article, you want section. Aside is on the right. However you want, you can make it. Right? You get it?
Yeah.
So here, this is what I've told you. We use this for what do you use it for? The navigation? For menu.
Or yeah. Menu.
That's what I told you. Correct?
Yeah.
And what is this aside?
To put something aside.
Keep things on aside. Keep things aside.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
On either side. Yes or no?
Yeah.
This is what it is. And this is main, each article. It goes like this. Right? Each article under main. Make sense?
Yeah.
You have the main and you have one article, you have horizontal direction. Header, footer, you know, right?
Yeah.
Here, what do
Yeah.
we have in this page?
Aside.
Section only we have.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we have? Just section.
Article.
This is on the right hand side. No article.
Yeah.
If you want
Yeah.
to have this, you keep it on the right hand side. Make sense?
Yeah.
How do you decide left or right?
Mhm.
Based on the styling. This left right is depending on what?
The style.
Yeah. We will see later. Just shortly.
Yeah.
Left or right depends on the style. That we have seen one more example as aside on the right hand side, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We have seen this section, two column. It's like a newspaper, newsletter, two
Yeah.
column, three column. You do that. This is another example. 2 by 3. You have it, right?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. 2 by 3.
2 by 3 column article. Article sections. You can see that. All right. This is another navigation flow that you define. So let me have all that navigation we have. Let's also add aside. Anything you want to keep aside. Where do you put this article?
Article in the main.
Yeah. Is and article. Yes, sir. Inside the article, what you could do?
Sections.
Yes. Which
Okay.
can have
Sections.
multiple sections, each wrapped inside a separate what?
Article. Yeah.
Section element. Make sense?
Yeah.
You do this. What you can say? This is section 1 of the article. Make sense?
Yeah.
This is section 2 of the article. Something like that. Just you want to fill
Yeah.
it. This is
Yeah.
section 2 of the article. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now let's go back here to our this thing, HTML template. Do the view source. It comes as what it is. There's no big deal.
Yeah.
The source will give you what you have actually typed in the raw format, right? But in the title, again, you see that what we can, maybe we can do, not the title. Okay, HTML template, right? HTML template. Let's just modify. You see HTML template, right? Title.
Yeah.
And here, what do you see? Doesn't make any difference because we have not styled it, right?
Yeah.
You see here, probably. Let's do that. You see, article,
Yeah.
section, all of them are wrapped. See, whenever I choose this, you see my selection.
Yeah.
Got it? My selection is on this line, footer. This entire article. If I choose article, what happens? Do you see that? Just hover
Yeah.
my mouse. Where is my current selection? On this line.
Yeah.
That is what you see this being highlighted. Here, I choose what? I place my cursor at
An
this,
article.
just my entire article that is being chosen. Correct?
Yeah.
Where is my cursor position? I keep it here. I choose my article, the entire article gets selected. Do you see that? It understands the
Yeah.
starting and beginning end of it. Starting
Yeah.
and beginning portion, each section is a subgroup. Clear?
Yeah.
So apart from that, there are a couple more tags, probably what I could let you know. Headers we have seen H1, H2, H3, etc. Right?
Yeah.
Multiple headers we have seen.
Yeah.
Right? So here what do we see? HTML versions we have seen, right?
Mhm.
HTML 1.0, HTML 2.0, HTML 3.0, HTML 4.0 was introduced in the year
Mm,
1999.
1999.
Were you born by then?
No.
No. This was in 2014.
Yeah.
This is the latest. All right.
Yeah.
Right. Then we have seen HTML semantics. What is that? There are few elements introduced in the HTML file to give meaning to the
To the site website.
structure of the documents, which were earlier accomplished through the div tags in the HTML versions. All right. That's what you have seen semantic, right? The first image. Div span, div. How do you distinguish it? Every element will have an ID. I'll tell you that when we go further.
Mhm.
So far clear?
Yeah.
This is also another good example. Semantic elements. This is also a best example. What you have. Header, navigation, section, article, footer. You can keep it of any order that you want to have. Okay.
Yeah.
So far we have seen what all the elements we have. Semantic elements.
Nav,
Header,
header, nav.
one more thing.
Nav.
That's called encoding. Similarly, what we
Okay.
have? Footer. If I
Footer.
simply type this, for example,
Mhm.
you can use escaping. Whenever we want some characters to be displayed as it is without being converted. There's HTML semantics. For example, this character. What does it mean? Indicates the beginning of any HTML element, right? If you do not want this character to be parsed or converted or translated, you need to escape, right? How do you escape?
Mhm.
Escape a character by using the equivalent ASCII characters. How do you find that? You see ASCII table,
Mhm.
right? American Standard Code for Information in Interchange, right? That's the ASCII
Yeah.
table, right? Okay, not just this, these are special characters. Escape. Yeah, here it is. HTML escape characters. They are called as escape,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Not equivalent escape characters, they are called. Complete list of HTML entities. So here you see, this is a good example, I would say. Where is that we have number sign, quote, greater than, less than, where you have percentage sign. You see ampersand. And
Yeah.
at the rate of amp, semicolon is ampersand. Quotation is quote, right?
Yeah.
New line you want to print NBSP space. That's new line.
Yeah.
Likewise, what you have great, see less than sign. What is that? LT. Do you see that?
Yeah.
HTML escape characters. This is what this is. HTML escape characters.
Character.
This is for less than, this is for greater than. All right.
Mhm.
It's called as HTML escape characters. So that is what I'm doing now. So what do you use?
Escape.
For escaping a HTML element like header, we should type what? Surround it with
LT.
all right.
Mhm.
Yes or no? So
Yeah.
that is what you see HTML introduction, you see HTML semantics. Oh, I'm doing it here. Escaping text, semantics. Let's say, for example, I put here. It's a not a sorry. So let's say, for example, I type it and I bring it here. Just give that. I come to HTML template here itself, right? So what do I do here? Let's assume I write an article. This is a template, right? I write one more article.
Yeah.
Assuming I'm writing an article. What is that? HTML escape
Escape.
characters. I type this here and I have a section. All right. This is what I want to type it here. So I type another section. I want to print this. Then I type another section. See, this automatically fills that, right? I
Yeah.
finish that URL as well. Where is HTML escape character? I think we have seen this, isn't it?
Mm.
Anchor tag. We have seen that. If not, we'll see to it. So I'll come here, HTML template. Do you see? As of now, we have not done any styling. But you
Yeah.
see, there is another article here. I have two articles. You click on this article, the entire comments get selected. One full article, right?
Yeah.
HTML element. Do you see? This now comes as a bracket less than,
Yeah.
not parsed. Assuming I type without this, what if I do this? I can also type this, right?
Yeah.
What will happen? Do you see anything
Disappear.
coming here?
No,
Why?
because we
You see
deleted
here
it.
header footer. It is converted.
Yeah.
Inside the header, the
Yeah.
footer is taken. There is a confusion, right? Already there is a
Yeah.
header. It thinks that there is a semantic element, right?
Yeah.
It thinks that it's a semantic element.
Yeah.
You get it, right? This header,
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
actually. You see, these two are not really visible. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Why? Because this thinks that this is an actual element, but we don't want it to be treated as an element. We want to escape it. Clear?
Mhm.
This is how you see them blank. Right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Because header means it thinks that it's a header of the
Yeah.
document. So it doesn't display anything. We want
Yeah.
to avoid it. That is why, what do?
Escape.
Yes. So if you do this, you get this. So what do we do now? We escape it like this. What do?
Escape.
By using that shortcut escape characters, right?
Yeah.
Now what will happen? If you go here, you have to reload it. So obviously you do that.
Yeah.
You are using this surrounding the escape characters of less than and greater than, correct?
Yeah.
Now if you do that, you see header gets displayed. And what is that you see here? It is converted as a star header.
Yes.
Earlier it
Yeah.
was header as a blue color, correct?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
There it was a very clear cut proof. See header as an element. You see that?
Yeah.
Here, header. This is how it being treated. Yes or no?
Yeah. Understood.
This is very important. Header.
Mm.
But now here what happens? You see,
Yeah. Header is not the element anymore.
it's a text.
It's a text. Yeah.
Why?
Because we use escape.
It's escape.
Yeah.
That's the crux of it. Any content, any element, you don't want it to be parsed or processed. So we escape. That is why you see what? The text
No.
here. Header.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah. Understood.
Okay. So then the rest of the semantics, what you have seen, header, footer, what else?
nav,
Yes, very good. Then
sections,
article,
article,
section. What else? Assign.
side, yeah.
Maximum header, footer, main. There is one more thing called main as well. We haven't really typed it here. I think there is a main as well. Okay, header, aside, nav. There is something called main as well. You see here.
Okay.
If you want, you can type a main here. See, there's something called main. BAP.
Yeah.
Complete article top section. You can act as a main also.
Yeah.
Figure. Right? We have seen one thing called figure, section, paragraph, usual paragraphs. So header tags we have seen the bold, italics, underline. You know that, right? B for
Yeah.
bold, italics, underline.
Yeah.
And div span is another. We still use an element called span. What do we use it for? Let's assume. Popular HTML elements. All right. What are them? Section. What is that? We have seen headers, right?
Yeah.
First,
Headers.
you can say bold, italics, I,
Great. Yeah.
underline. All right. Let's go back. Is it this? Do you see that? Bold, italics, underline, right? Anything you
Yeah.
wrap. We can even do this. We can bring in as a list, or we can see about listing as well. Okay, let me. Okay, popular HTML elements, bold, italics. I'll come back to this. Let's go for another one. I'm keeping it here. Listing. We'll look at the listing also, right?
Yeah.
One by one we will cover, and then I'll complete the HTML totally. Listing, then hyperlink. Now you understand the meaning of section, right?
Yeah.
One article, I want to have a division, subdivision, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hyper.
I'm just.
Then span, paragraph. Copy paste this. Div. We have just seen it. Span. All right. Headers. We could have one more header. Headers. What is the headers we have? H1.
H1. H2. Wait. Yeah.
Etc. up to
Etc.
I think H5 or 6. All right. You
Yeah.
know the meaning of headers, right?
Yeah.
Multiple versions of header with a different font size being reduced. H1 to H6. H1 is the highest. Understood?
Yeah.
Let me type it here. Let's say popular HTML elements. This is HTML template we say, right? Maybe I type main here. Inside main, you have all the header. No, header should come first. I type main here. You understand this, right? Why do
Yeah.
we header, navigation, aside is separate. Article should be a parent element of main. Main should be a parent element of article.
Yeah.
Right? section
Yeah.
X. So all the articles, I bring it here. What you can do? This is where this is helpful. I bring, oh my God, the footer I should have brought it next before the, right? I bring
Yeah.
this. So now what I can do, all the articles, I press one tab, they go under
Mhm.
this. Right? They are main here. Under main, I bring all the articles. Clear?
Yeah.
Like this. Under main, see, you see the colors, light blue color, right? Each article can have a figure, paragraph, etc. And section is separate. Okay, I think you can have an article, you can have a section. You don't need to nest a section inside article. You can write one article itself. You can have paragraphs, probably, right? You don't need to necessarily have a section. Sections can be replaced with paragraphs. To replace all of them with paragraphs. Got it? Because
Yeah.
section is under this, I can have a section. Any logical subdivision. I'm just going by this semantics, right? Main
Yeah.
can have article, can have section. Main can have article and section. All right. Inside
Yeah.
article, you can have a figure, paragraph, section, right? So I go with this now. And okay, let me see that. What do I have? HTML template, I go. You see, this is how you comes. You understand, right? An
Yeah.
article main contains all the articles. And there are paragraph tags, right? Each paragraph here. Let's come back here. You see. Now you see there are already, I think this spacing is automatically come here. Now, got it? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I popular HTML elements, each thing, main article, article, article. There is a natural spacing come here. Have you seen it now? I think that's because I modified section under article. Now each article is separate, correct?
Yeah.
This is one article. Probably I can add this. Where is that page header? This I can put H1. Yes? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I type H2. So what happens? This is H1, right?
H1.
Header as well, I have H1. This is H2. Popular HTML elements, where are those? I have it here. Right. This is H3 I have. I think this should be H3. H2. Let me add as H2. Same level of contents, right?
Okay. Yeah.
See, this is H1, the biggest. This is H2.
Yeah.
This is H2, second level. Inside whatever you want to add, you could add them. What is that?
H.
Let's say, for example, you see that one line below, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Likewise, you could add. What can you add? Headers, right? What can you add? Listings. Yes or no? You see here H2, H3, H3, H3. It will give you a visual ordering of how we are actually arranging the contents in each hierarchical order. Header 1, header 2, header 3, header 4, header 5. Likewise, right? Now we will see the listings. How do you want to order? Generally, you want a listing, right? You want to list one item at a time, right?
Yeah.
So we arrange the list of things to be displayed one after the other, right? How do you do it? There are two different kinds. There are two different listings. What is that? ordered list, other is unordered list. Beforehand, sorry, let's do one more. Popular HTML elements, right? Let's also understand this. A line break. What is that?
Line break.
How do you do it? We give a line break in the HTML file through what? A BR tag. Break. BR indicates what?
Break.
BR means break. You see, line break. BR is break.
Yeah.
Now you see here, it is the same line, correct?
Yeah.
I want to know this. I am putting a line break, breaking the line. Now what
Yeah.
happens? Do you see? It
Yeah.
comes clear? Article. I would highlight it here. Right. I would comment this out. Line break. This break, you see, that breaks the like typewriter, right? Line break, next line. You break it into the next line. What do we do?
We break into the next line.
Next. BR means break. You break it into the next line.
Next
Clear?
line. Yeah.
Right. Next. What do we do?
Break into the next.
That's the exact thing we do. BR we give it. This came to next line. After this, we add it. After the tag, we add a BR. It come to the next line. Correct?
Yeah.
So next thing, bold italics we have seen. Yes, this is what I want to add it here. Ordered list, unordered list. What do we have? Now it come to next line. Earlier you see header footer came in the same line.
The same line. Yeah.
Now we put that. So basically it gives one more line break. Ordered list, unordered list. Now you see the paragraph. Now I add this one more. Listing we have. Inside a paragraph, I can have one more paragraph. All right. What is that? H4, I say ordered list. What is H4? Fourth level of
Heading. Heading.
an ordered list will have a number prefixed to each item. 1, 2, 3, 4, not naturally it will order.
Yeah.
Right? So generally a list, if you want to have, right? So you go to this. Each line item or a list item will be prefixed with what?
Mm.
Li.
The,
Li, list.
okay. Yeah.
Each line item will prefix with Li. But all the line items will be surrounded with a parental element called, because it is ordered list, right?
Yeah.
OL. What is that?
OL.
Not both.
Yeah.
Ordered list. So what do you have? Now
OL.
Ordered list. Example. Can simply say a bold tag, right?
Mhm.
See here. I do this 1, 2, 3. Make sense?
Mhm.
See, I would probably prefer. Do you see here? Naturally, we are given the line space as well. The browser gives, understands. What do you have it here, sir? You just have this, right?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Do you add line break there? BR?
No.
We haven't specified, but the browser understands, right?
Yeah.
I just place it here, correct?
Mm.
Ordered list. And another thing is unordered list. What is an unordered list?
Which is in the same line?
Yes. An unordered list will not have any number prefix to each item, but just a bullet or a rounded circle to indicate that it is a list. That's all.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
This is again LI, and because it is unordered, what do we type it here? UL. Unordered.
You.
So, that's all. You
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
Why? No big deal.
There is.
Ordered list and unordered. OL and LI. Make sense?
Yeah.
Clear, sir? This is how these are all important ways to represent the content in a web page. Understood?
Okay. Yeah.
Ordered list and an unordered list.
And
Ordered list will give you this, and unordered list. Okay, sorry, this again will give you this. So we have not copied, we have copied and pasted. We would have taken this unordered list example. All right. Right. So an ordered list and an unordered list. Example goes. Make sense?
yeah.
Ordered list and unordered list. Okay. Next comes. I would remove this, a hyperlink. How do you specify hyperlink? A link to a particular text can be specified. It's hypertext across, right? Through
Yeah.
an anchor tag. Hyperlink or anchor tag, we call it as. What is an anchor tag? Which is specified via A with an attribute called href. That takes the value to be linked. All right.
Yeah.
What do we do? Example. Ahref equal to, let's say, http www google.co.in. Close this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Ahref and then you have to close this as well, right?
Yeah.
Click here to go to Google website. This is how you close it. You understand, right? I need to close the tag.
Yeah.
Right? So we take an example, hyperlink anchor tag. Okay, because this is because the line breaks are not sufficient. One. You understand?
Yeah.
href. This is how you type it. Is unparsed. I want to bring it. So we want to show it here. What I can do, I would put it in a code. This is also another element. Code up. You see, this gets changed to
Yeah.
this formatting, right?
Yeah.
Click here to go to. If I click on it, what happens? See, it went to Google.
Yeah.
Makes sense? I'm making a hyperlink. That's how I make it. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paragraph, div, span, they're all parental elements, parental controls. I can rather say parental elements or containers. What are those?
Wait, what? No.
Paragraph. P indicates a paragraph.
Paragraph.
A para. So anything you type, makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Under parental, probably yes, you could add one more here. What is that? H4 paragraph. You add this, right? Next level. You see
Yeah.
the difference? P indicates a paragraph in a document. You just choose this. See, you see the visual highlight? You just
Yeah.
choose P, right? Visually, it shows a block. It's a block level element. I can also say that.
Yeah.
They're also called as
Block level.
okay. Same way,
Mhm.
there are subtle differences, but this is how you group the nested contents inside one block. Paragraph is generally used to have a longer text, just a para, right?
Yeah.
Meaning a literal para in a Word document. Equivalent, right?
Mhm.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
As you do a div, a division. All right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
One element can be nested inside other element. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can keep them inside a code or a pre-tag. I can also put that inside pre-tag. You see here, pre. We can also talk about
Yeah.
that. Element is used to group more than one type of element. It can have a paragraph, it can have a figure, image, etc. Div. It's a container for multiple hybrid. All right.
Yeah.
Got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A div can contain a paragraph, an image, etc. Okay, we need to look at image as well. Give me a minute. Image tag. We also need to look at the pre tag and code tag. Well, I'm just putting a placeholder in case time exits. We'll look at it in the next class, right? Pre and
Mhm.
code. You get it? So far,
Yeah.
any questions?
No.
Paragraph division. These are all the ways in which you could potentially categorize the content in a web page.
Webs-
As simple as that.
Yeah.
I have not touched about the styling, which I'll tell you probably in the next class, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So pre and code. Okay, div you understood now, right? So let's assume for
Yeah.
example, in a div, what can I have? Let's say I have a paragraph inside div element, right?
Mhm.
I can have an image tag. Do I have an image tag? Yes. Assume there is an image tag, src equal to something like or an anchor tag, whatever. Say href equal to all right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Image
Yeah.
src equal to something like that. I'm just putting it.
Yeah.
You get it right. A div can act
Yeah.
as a very good container for hybrid elements. All right.
Yeah.
There is no such image. That's why it doesn't give you anything, but it tries to load it
Yeah.
as right. Say some example image. Let's go here. Dream stand. Where do we have example? Some website. Okay. Where do I really have an image? Okay. Let me add this. This is an image source, right?
Yeah.
Let me put that here. That's it. I don't even know what it is, where it is. I'm just putting as an example. Hi. Why it doesn't come? Oh, here it is. Sorry. Copy link address. This is what I should do. I add the image. Now I come here. You see, image.
Yeah.
For an image, obviously we specify certain attributes. What is that? Width equal to
Height, width.
300, height equal to 300. For example. Now you see, it got shrunk.
Yeah.
If you want to keep it simple, if you want to. Each element has got some attributes also. You see that, right?
Yeah.
Div
Yeah.
image. Div can contain multiple things. If I go click a div, what happens? When you talk about styling, you will appreciate it more. You will understand and have a better,
Mhm.
right? Where
Yeah.
here it is a div. See, it
Yeah.
chooses everything. Yes or no?
Yeah.
I click on this. This is where the div contains.
Yeah.
This is where the div contains, and I choose everything, right?
Yeah.
Paragraph, element, everything is gets selected, right? So image we have seen, just now we have seen there's an image, right?
Mhm.
Used to display a picture using image with, what is that? With
Width.
and
What height?
height attributes, specify the size. All right.
Mhm.
We just now seen, we have seen that, correct?
Yeah.
What is a code and pre-tags? Code and pre-tags.
Code.
Generally, if you want to distinguish the content as a specialized one, like a code syntax, technical programming code syntax, right? program of a program, right?
Mhm.
We use what? A code element, right?
Yeah.
You see the content itself shows in a different font. Content wrapped inside the code element is displayed in a different font, with which
Mhm.
it gets differentiated from the rest of the contents. Yes or no?
Yeah.
We have seen it, right? Code,
Mhm.
this image we have seen here, right? Like this. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Code, right? Understood?
Mhm.
Guys, we have a pre-tag. More or less is a pre-formatted tags, indicating a pre-formatted tag serving a similar purpose. All right.
Mhm.
Anything you wanna have it, you put it. Let's say, for example, to do this here, pre, right?
Yeah.
We have heard. We will type one more HTML here. Yes, it should come. It doesn't probably. I think I need to have this. It will have some pre-alignment.
Mhm.
So just you can think of it. It's also a, you don't want it to be parsed, but you want to show as a code structure. That's it. All right. You see here, pre-formatted tags. Code
Yeah.
will just only display the code, display it as a code. Let me show you that. This is one. What I'm gonna do. Example of a pre-tag. All right. Now I'm gonna show this as an example of a code tag. Just I'll change as a code, nothing else. See the difference. Do you see that?
Yeah.
There's no preserving. Line spaces are not preserved. Somewhere something broken. B. Yeah. Tag is not closed. Right?
Mhm.
You see the difference?
Yeah.
Pre and code tags. Here the line space is preserved. Right?
Mhm.
Here it is all wrapped in the same. But text is differentiated, but it is not preserved. You got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
The pre-tag, pre-formatted, as I say. What is that?
Pre-formatted.
Preserving the line spaces and indentations as you type it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Right. So that is it. Right? Whereas the
Mhm.
code, it doesn't preserve. That's the difference. All right.
Yeah.
One last element is span. What is a span? Span used to add any inline styling. What is the styling?
In
Any
line.
colors, whatever you want to add, right? Let's take an
Yeah.
example. Span. We add a style here, right? Let's say color blue. This is displayed in blue color. Understood?
Mhm.
So, example. What do we have? Syntax. What do we added? This is LP. This is update. Same way, we add this here, this here. All right.
Mhm.
I'm putting in a code down so that what happens? It get displayed in the same line but with a different text, different font.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Span tag. Okay, here as well. Yeah, here you go. This is a syntax, and this is the actual example. You get it? The color. You see
Yeah.
here, right? This is displayed in blue color. That's the exact thing.
Yeah.
Image and stuff. Right? I think
Mhm.
pretty much this covers different styles or different level of elements that you have it in HT. Okay. Probably I
Yeah.
thought of finishing the styling as well today, but it took a little longer. But we'll have one
Yeah.
more class to cover the styling. How do you add this?
Okay.
And a
Okay.
bit of JavaScript. Probably next week we'll
Okay.
cover that. So
Okay.
far,
Yeah.
any questions?
No.
We are good?
Yeah.
How to add? So basically, if you want to represent any content in a web page, these are all different structures using which you could add a listing or an image. You could display it as an image. Oh, there is one
Yeah.
more table of content we'll see later. You go see.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
This maybe we'll see later. Right? It's an interesting
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Okay.
Table. We'll see it in the next class. How do you
Okay.
display a table? That's also an important one. Image,
Yeah.
hyperlink, code, all that we have seen. Inline styling. One last important but very important is table, which you'll see in the next class. Right?
Okay.
And then bold,
Yeah.
italic, underline, everything that we have seen it here. Right?
Mhm.
Listing, bold, italics, underline, line break. All these things are the different ways to represent your content. Typically, you have it in a Word document, right?
Yeah.
In a web page, you would have.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Okay.
So we'll catch up probably
Thanks.
in the next class for table and styling. Maybe
Okay.
it's a
Okay.
Saturday or Sunday we'll catch up. Okay.
Yeah. Thank
Sure.
you so much.
All right. My
Yeah.
pleasure. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.